Hello and welcome to our channel Jeet Ki Pathshala. Today we will discuss the remaining part of the lesson change of the earth surface. In our earlier videos we have already discussed about the introduction and the exogenic factors of the earth surface. And if you have not watched that videos, please click the I button to watch that one. Today we will see the works of river, and the first work of a river is erosion. So let's see at first erosion. Erosion. When a river flows down from highland, it naturally erodes the surface of the basin. So hope you know the meaning of a basin. Basin is that particular area from where a river and its tributaries carries water downward. So here it has been mentioned that when the river flows down from some hilly regions or from the highlands, the intensity of the water generally remains high. As a result, it erodes the surface basin. In fact, when the atmospheric moistures come down to the earth in the form of rain, erosion begins over it. So when due to the precipitation the rainfall takes place, erosion also gets started. When rainwater flows as a river, naturally its erosive power increases, and the rainwater, when it flows through the river, the eroding capacity of the river water also increases, or the erosive power also increases. However, the erosive power of a river depends on the structure of the basin surface, hardness of the underlying rocks, amount of water flow, and so on. Erosion takes place in all the rivers, but erosion does not take place equally, because there are certain factors which are responsible for erosion, like the structure of the river basin. That means what kind of soil is generally present in that particular area also depends for the erosion. Apart from that, the different types of rocks or the hardness of underlying rocks also matters for erosion. And lastly, the amount of water flows in a river channel is also responsible for the erosion. That means if in a river the amount of water flows is very high, the chances for erosion is generally high. Okay? And we also know that the erosive capacity or the erosive power of river is generally high in the hilly regions. But as soon as the river enters into a plain area, the erosive capacity decreases, because in the hilly regions the river is generally slow and the intensity of water also becomes more as the water comes down from the hill slope. But the same rivers, when it enters into the plain areas, the intensity of the water decreases. As a result, erosive power of the river water also decreases. Okay, clear? So what we understood from here? We understood that the erosive capacity of a river is high in the hilly region, but in the plain area the erosive capacity is generally low. On the other hand, if we talk about the second works of a river, that is deposition, and deposition is less in the hilly region but it is more in the plain region. It is just opposite to the erosion. Erosion is high in the hilly region but erosion is less in the plain area, while deposition is less in the hilly region but it is more in the plain region, because the intensity of water decreases as the river enters into the plain area. Mention should be made here that although erosion takes place more or less in all parts of the basin, it becomes clearly visible mainly in the river channel. We have already understood in our earlier classes that basin is that area. Remember, basin is that area from where a river and all its tributary gets its water. Okay? So here it has been mentioned that whether it is a tributary or a river, erosion takes place in all. But erosion is clearly visible in the river channel, that means in the main river. Erosion also takes place in the tributaries or in the entire area of a basin, but erosion can be clearly visible in the river channel. Now what is river channel? Let's see that one. River channel means the elongated path through which the river flows from source. From source here means from the origin to mouth. To mouth means that place where river get mixed with the seas and ocean. The length and width of the channel, however, vary from river to river. It has already been mentioned that the erosion of river depends upon a large number of factors. So we have already discussed that more or less erosion take place in all the rivers, but there are certain factors which will determine the erosion that take place in the river channel. Now let's see some of the factors which are responsible for the erosion that take place in the river, like the geological structure of the channel, the erosive capacity of the water are the major factors. Okay, so the structure of the channel and the capacity or the erosive capacity of the water, that means the intensity of the water, are the major factors of the erosion. The channel material exposed to water flow come under the direct action of water, which is known as hydraulic action. Now let's try to understand what is hydraulic action. As we know that there are different types of material present in the river channel. These materials comes into the direct contact of the water that flows in the river, which is known as hydraulic action. As a result of this, the sands and the pebbles in the channel get eroded and then transported down by the river. So when the river waters comes down from the hilly regions with the high intensity, it get contact with the different materials that are present in the river channel. For example, like sands, pebble and rocks. And due to the continuous action of the river water, some of the pebbles, sands and rocks get eroded and these are also transported to a new place. The erosional capacity of the river changes after it enters a plain from the steep mountainous slope. So the speed or the intensity of the river water decreases as soon as the river enters into a plain area from a mountainous slope. We have already discussed this one. The intensity of river water is generally high in the mountainous region, but as soon as the river enters into a plain area, the intensity or the speed of the river water decreases. In the mountainous regions, the river channel is narrow and deep with high velocity of flow. So in mountainous regions, the river channel are not wide. These are generally narrow, and river are also deep in the mountainous regions with high velocity of flow. With the decline of slope towards the plain, the velocity decreases and the sediments transported from the highland begin to deposited. But as the river enters into a plain area, the speed or the intensity, or even you can say the velocity of river water decreases. And when the speed of river water decreases, the sediment carrying capacity also decreases, and it's result in the deposition of sediments in the plain region. Okay, clear? What we have understood here, that in the mountainous regions the speed of river water is very high. That means the erosive capacity of river water in mountainous regions is also high. So it also carries sediments from the hilly regions. But when the river enters into a plain area, here the intensity or the velocity of river water decreases. As a result, erosive capacity of the river water also decreases. It means here deposition increases because the speed of river water decreases. As a result, in the plains, channel depths decline. So in the plain area, whatever sediments have been carried from the mountainous regions by the river water are generally deposited on the bottom of the river in the plain area. And what is the reason behind the deposition of sediment in the plain area? Because in the plain area, the intensity, the speed of river water decreases. As a result, the sediments which have been carried by the river water from the mountainous area cannot be carried further. So these sediments are deposited on the bottom of the river in the plain area. As a result, the depth of the river decreases. And if the depth of the river decreases, hope you know what will happen. here ultimately it will result to flood, because the river cannot carry water smoothly and ultimately the water comes out, which create floods, and that is the main reason for flood in Assam. Then the river starts widening its channel through lateral cutting just to maintain its normal flow. And in the plain area, when the sediments are deposited on the bottom of the river, the depth decreases, and we know that when depth decreases, the river water cannot flow smoothly. So to maintain that normal flow, lateral cutting take place. Lateral cutting means erosion that take place on the two sides of the river. That means the erosion that take place in the river bank. Hope you know the meaning of bank. Bank means the two sides of a river. By eroding the banks, the river widens its channel to carry the water down. So to carry the water, erosion take place on the two sides of a river. As a result, the width of the river increases. Such kind of river erosion is known as bank or lateral erosion. The bank failure is thus the result of lateral erosion, and the bank failure is the result of lateral erosion. Now what is lateral erosion? The sediments which are carried by the river water from the mountainous regions are deposited on the bottom of a river in the plain regions, due to which the river cannot maintain its normal flow. So to maintain its normal flow, the river water starts lateral cutting of the bank, which is known as lateral erosion or bank erosion. The river course becomes zigzag when it flows over the gentle slopes of the plains, and because of that lateral cutting, we cannot see a straight bank on the two sides of a river. If we have noticed the two sides of a river you cannot see a straight one. There are some zigzag shape. You know zigzag shape. Meandering, we call it meandering. The lateral erosion makes the river course zigzag. So because of the lateral erosion, because of the bank erosion, the river bank generally becomes zigzag, which is not very straight. Such a zigzag course is called meandering course, and that zigzag shape is also known as meandering shape or meandering course. In certain parts of the plain river, channel may be highly meandering. So in some plain area, the river channel may be highly meandering. If the river channel is highly meandering, then it cannot carry large amount of water during summer. Then the river straightens its course, leaving aside the most winding, that means meandering course. So the course which is highly meandering cannot carry huge amount of water during summer season. So during summer, when the amount of water remains very high in the river, it leaves the part of the river which is highly meandering and it starts following straightly. As a result, the meandering part get cut off from the main river, which form a lake or a bill. So this cut off part of the rivers generally look like the shape of a horseshoe. So these are also known as horseshoe lake. Almost all the major rivers of the world have large number of such lakes in their valleys. So these kind of horseshoe lakes are found in all the major rivers of the world. Even the river Brahmaputra and Barak of Assam have also created many kinds of such lakes in their entire valleys. These bills help in reducing the flood problems by storing sufficient water during summer, and these horseshoe lakes have also some benefit as they reduce the flood problems by storing sufficient water during the summer season. So this was little about erosion, the work of a river. The remaining part of the lesson we will discuss in our upcoming videos. If you like this video, please press the like button and also share with your friends. And if you are new to our channel, do subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching our video.